in those clips. But I mean, the Doctor Who fans, are they fierce Doctor Who fans? Are they different from Star Trek fans, the Trekkies, for instance?
I think they are, yes. They've got their own magazines, they've got their own following. And
what
there's
do you
all
mean,
kinds of... Wow, every single little detail about it. This was revealed when we had a quiz with 4 or 5 fans, and the last producer of Doctor Who, John Nathan Turner, and he lost, and they won. They knew everything about the series.
And do they have favourite actors who played Doctor Who? I mean, or do they follow on?
They have favourites. They dress up. We had a man who I'm afraid, Needy, you would probably describe as a bit of a wimp. Who once he put on the Cyberman suit, he became a giant and terrified the entire studio.
Looks like he's wearing a colander on his head, as far as I'm concerned. Well, anyway, back to your calls for a moment, and we have someone on the line who rang to say how much he enjoyed the Doctor Who weekend. James Frost from Wakefield. Hello.
Hello there.
James, what did you enjoy most about the weekend?
Well, I think just constant Doctor Who. It's like a Doctor Who fan's dream, really.
Really? How can I ask, James, how old are you?
I'm 15.
So, you've known Doctor Who all your life. I mean, do you have a favourite Doctor Who?
Well, I like all of them, but I think my favourite must be Peter Davison.
Why Peter Davison?
Well, he was the one I grew up with, but
Right.
I've always found his stories really exciting, and, I always wanted to see the next episode when it finished.
Yes. Well, James, I mean, what I'd like to know is, there have been so many advances in kind of technology and special effects, and especially in horror and science fiction movies. Don't you find the Doctor Who effects a little tame?
Well, in a way, that's one of its qualities. I mean, the American fans like it because it's got a lower budget than things like Star Trek The Next Generation and so on.
Well, anyway, James, thank you very much for calling. You're the first to call us, and we're very pleased to make contact with the outside world, and keep enjoying Doctor Who. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Well, the Doctor's appearance changed down the decades, and so did that of his enemies and of his sidekicks. Who was that daft woman who used to wear window-cleaning rags? But the one constant image was the Daleks, the ones with the sink plunger. Well, the 31 West team went to search for the man behind that famous Dalek voice.
I understand. If she returns with the drug, am I to allow the prisoners to use it? No, they will die in time.
Basically, all it is the Dalek's speech, which is provided by a separate actor to the one who actually trundles the thing about the set, through a microphone, through a device, electronic device, that chops it up about 17 times a second. Now, I say about 17 times because it depends on the particular actor's delivery rate, which suits it best. And we've got a microphone here, and I think probably Brian can relive a few moments. Get behind the settee now.
Exterminate, annihilate, destroy, exterminate.
They will be exterminated, exterminated.
Exterminate. Everybody always did that. I mean, did you used to do that when the Daleks first came out?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we demonstrated this on the show on the day when we took sink plungers out into the street and just gave them to passers-by. They knew exactly what to do with them, nothing to do with the sink. Stuck them to their foreheads and said, exterminate, exterminate.
Absolutely brilliant. But I remember actually being quite frightened by the Daleks. Of course, I was a mere babe in those days. And, peering over the edge of my pram, seeing that I had this graphic memory of the first time you saw the inside of a Dalek, because it was like a great big claw. What was it?
It was a lump of goop, which they managed to do from... they sent somebody out to a market who got a washing up glove, and they painted it green.
Rubber glove?
Rubber glove, and they painted it green, stuck moss in it and things like that. And you only saw it very briefly.
Yes, but the build-up to it was absolutely tremendous. I mean, I practically was behind the sofa at the time.
They had tremendous nerve. I mean, when the whole of the first episode went out, you didn't see a Dalek until the very end shot, when you just saw a bit of a sink plunger and the girl screaming her head off. You didn't see the Daleks proper until the second episode.
I know, it was terribly disappointing. But what I found disappointing has been that the later episodes, they all seem to be filmed in a quarry somewhere.
I'm afraid they just use the one quarry way down there somewhere in Dorset. But where else can you go? They can't go to the moon.
No?
This is a low budget
a quarry in Dorset. What a fate. Well, thank you very much, Roger. Well, of all the calls and letters about Doctor Who, most wanted to know...
When is Doctor Who coming back?
Well, as I said earlier, the Time Lord returns to Galaxy, most appropriate, this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. with the first episode. The episodes will be repeated on Sundays at midnight and on Saturdays at 1:30 p.m. And I bet Doctor Who fans will watch all 3 showings. Well, that's our journey through time and space to Galaxy, back to the here and now. A reminder of the number if you have any comments, 0532 702 211. Well, tonight on Now, you're off with a sink plunger, are you?
I'm afraid so.
Well, before we go, one last mention of the phone number. calls. Too many to name you all, I'm afraid, but this, from Mr. N. Page in Reigate, was typical. By the way, you can give your first name when you call. You know my name, why can't I know yours?
Congratulations on the Doctor Who weekend. It was wonderful. I can't praise it enough. I had 37 people, all Doctor Who fans, in my tiny lounge for the 2 days constant viewing.
I dread to think. Well, unlike my own Chateau Squalor, your lounge must be like the TARDIS, Mr. Page, unlimited dimensions of space. Well, the Doctor Who weekend was hosted by the team from Galaxy's 31 West, and my guest tonight is producer Roger Livingston. Welcome, Roger. You've had a tremendous response. Did you expect it was going to be anything like that?
Well, we had an idea that there was a terrific amount of enthusiasm for Doctor Who out there. But we didn't quite know just how much. And the response, the letters and the calls that you're still getting, I mean, 3 weeks after the event, is fantastic, isn't it?
Well, who are all these Doctor Who fans, and what sort of age group do they?
Absolutely all age groups. Because the show is about 26 years old, they go right back to the very beginning of your generation.